So 2025-2026 League One campaign kicks off this coming weekend with 24 clubs duking it out for top spot and, of course, trying to avoid those relegation spots. Today, I'm going to give you my final League One predictions. Folks, back once again with another video. Today we're taking a look at my 2025-2026 League One predictions for their final. They're in here, signed, sealed, delivered. They're yours. Of course, we're going to showcase you where I think each and every one of the 24 clubs will finish in this year's campaign. We'll get into it, all of it in a second. If you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe. You want to subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, League One, World Football. We're going to all here under one roof. We're a little bit out of focus there, guys. Come on then, switch it up a little bit. Yes, of course, we're going to take a look at each and every one of the clubs, where they're going to finish in my eyes, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. Big shout out to members and the patrons. You know who you are. But let's get into it. Bit of a deep dive. Here we go. Now, spoiler alert, I have done these videos ranking my predictions at least twice this off season. I did one at the back end of May, at the end of the playoffs, and then waited a little bit, gave it a month to see after the managerial merry-go-round shook up and the fixture lists were released. Then I gave you one then as well. But this is it. We're about to kick off the season on Saturday, and I want to give you my updated predictions. A lot has changed. I have woken up and I've smelled the Kool-Aid, and I'm going to give you my updated takes right here, right now. So sit tight, hold on. I'm going to start with 13th all the way down to 18th, and then 19th to 24th. Hop on over to the other side, and then of course see who's going up. Sit tight, here we go. So kicking it all off in 13th place, Richie Wellens and Leyton Orient. That's right. Heartbreak Hotel. Last time around in the playoffs, they've lost their goal scorer as well. Charlie Kelman, I believe, gone to Charlton. So close. Last time around, just as much as I like Leyton Orient, I've got a soft spot for them, big time. And I was even kind of optimistic that we might swipe Richie Wellens to be coach at Blackburn Rovers, but yeah, I don't think it's going to work out. I think sometimes in the playoff campaign and things like that, some clubs just get in there and, you know, that is their moment. That was Leyton Orient's moment. I cannot see them compete for top six this season. No way, no how. Even with the likes of Birmingham, Wrexham gone, this division is very, very cutthroat. And unfortunately, I think Leyton Orient, it's not too bad finishing in 13th when you consider the top 12. I will showcase you that shortly. Into 14th, though, it is Rotherham. Rotherham not expected to do that well. They're about 28-1 in round about mid-pack. They're around about 13th, 14th, something like that in the old rankings there. Leyton Orient are actually 25-1. They're around about 10th. So I'm pretty much on par with what the bookies think for those two. Rotherham, yeah, not too sure. They could even finish as low as 20th, if I'm honest with you. So there's nothing that's made me think Rotherham are going to do all that. They did pick up Dean Gore from Man United on loan, which was a player Rovers were looking at. But besides that, yeah, who knows? Let's go 15th spot, and it is Burton Albion. Burton Albion tipped to struggle, 80-1 long shots. They're about 5th favourites to go down. Not for me. I think they're in safe hands. Gary Bowyer knows what he's doing. He might not win you the playoffs or get you up there, but he's going to be safe as houses. They did just lose one of the key men from last time around. The Jamaican international just went to QPR. So that's a bit of a blow, but the right man's in charge there. So you do all right with Team GB. Into 16th place, we've got Lincoln. Lincoln, 40-1 for them at the moment. They're around about 9th favourites to go down. So in and around about my area, we've got 6 of them. Yeah, around about on point, 40-1 to get promoted at this part of the old season, according to the old bookies. Yeah, of course, Marcus Kabula in charge there. You know, again, missed opportunity a couple of seasons back. Last season, realistically, didn't do much for them either. Into 17th spot, we got Bradford City. So happy that they're back at this level. 33-1, in and around about what we're looking at, 14th favourites, so not far off of the money here. Graham Alexander in charge. Of course, they did get themselves promoted in the most extreme circumstances last time around. So elated that they're back, and they should be safe. They should be comfortable. And they might push. They might flirt into that top end of the table, but realistically, piece by piece, step by step, let's not try and run before you can walk here, guys. At Bradford City, I'm happy you're back. I really am. And I'd love to see you compete for the playoffs, but realistically, Take it easy. Take it easy. Into 18th spot, we've got Port Vale, also promoted. Darren Moore, experienced coach. They had a really good squad last season. A few tweaks and movements around in the transfer market. And they're doing all right. They've got a special shirt out as well this season. So will that special shirt see them stay in the division? They've got them, the bookies have them going down 80-1. So that special shirt could see them relegated. But I think they'll be all right as well. Darren Moore knows what he's doing. And I've got them comfortably in and around lower mid for the old safety. Into 19th spot, we've got Doncaster. I think we've got all three League One or League Two promoted, or three of the four promoted sides in a cluster here. I didn't really want that, but I've got it there. Doncaster Rover, Grant McCann knows what he's doing as well. Safe coach. He got them back two seasons. He got them back second time lucky. Of course, he couldn't get it down the previous season. They were a little bit unlucky previously, where they came out of nowhere, and but they've just been on a nice, good 18-month blitz of Doncaster Rovers. I think that blitz will continue, and they'll be safe as houses in this division as well. So Doncaster Rovers do not eat. Into 20th, we have Wimbledon. They're all there. They're all bloody there. All four of them. I've got them all four. I didn't want to do that, but it's just the way it's come out. So Wimbledon, again, newly promoted. Happy that they're back. They are the weaker of the four. I can agree with that. And yeah, they're gonna be. Johnny Jackson didn't work out for him at Charlton. Look where they are now. But of course, he's got his managerial dues here with the promotion on his resume. And of course, they've done it the hard way with the playoffs. So kudos to them. I think the world would just want to see Wimbledon stay around in League One for a season and then go again. Try and build upon that. Try and do a Burton, step by step, and climb up the table. Into 21st, we have Mansfield. But let's just backtrack a couple of hairs here. So Doncaster Rovers, we've got them at 40-1 and around about 7th or 8th favourites to go down. Port Vale, of course, 4th favourites to go down. Wimbledon are favourites, 125-1 to go down. They are stone cold favourites. Mansfield Town, they are 50-1. They're around about 7th favourites to go down. Yeah, Cloughie's boys did wonders last season. Kind of fell off towards the back end of the season. Their form at the end of the campaign was miserable, and I just got a feeling that's going to bleed into the start of this campaign. And he's been there a while now. That certain times, certain periods of managerial's lifespans that you've reached your limit. Of course, getting Mansfield promoted was amazing. They had a great season last season. They were flirting up there for the playoffs for a good part of the season. And now it's kind of gone a little bit stagnant with Mansfield Town. Again, I feel November, if Mansfield are down there, I think they're going to make a push and get somebody else in. So, and that sees them go down, by the way. 21st is relegation. Oh yes, smell it. Into 22nd spot we go. Exeter City. They're around about there. They're about 3rd favourites to go down, 100-1. I've got them 3rd favourites to go down as well. It's tough. I think Exeter can be decent. They believe in Coldwell. They give him a long-term deal a while back now. So have they been punching above their weight though? Have they been punching? We'll see. Into 23rd, it is Northampton Town, 100-1. They're expected to go down as well. 2nd favourites. Of course, did a great job to keep up last season. Nolan, the coach there, of course, uses West Ham connections. Maybe get some youngsters coming in, maybe on loan, to help these guys out, because otherwise they are gonna go down. And then that could show you the miraculousness that was John Brady, who did a fantastic job keeping Northampton Town in this division as long as he did. So, and then finally, I've got Stevenage going down. They're 66-1 to go down. 6th favourites according to the bookies, but for me, they are my favourites to hit the skids. Into the top half of the table we go now, and it is 12th place, and it is Reading. That's right, Reading currently find themselves around about 8th favourites to go, 18-1, so close. They had the takeover, I believe, but they just sold Harvey Nibbs to Charlton, bit of money coming in their way. I haven't really looked at their transfer business, to be fair, so I don't know what they've done, if they've done anything, but honestly, the coach still gives me heebie-jeebies. I don't think Noel Hunt is the man to put Reading in the right place. So I was confident of them last season to make the playoffs. They were there or thereabouts, I think, last season. That was under Ruben Selles. Now they've gone for Hunt, and I just don't think it's going to work out. 11th place, we have Barnsley. Barnsley are, where are they? They're around about 25 to 1, 369. They're around about this. They're around about 10, 12 to 1 to go up, or 12 favourite to go up. So, yeah, not looking good for them. Conor Hoonhane, I don't think he's the right coach as well. A couple of these clubs have got dodgy managers. Clough is on borrowed time. Exeter could do with a change. I don't think Nolan's the right man as well. As for Reading, Barnsley, just the same. I just don't think that they got the right guys. I think they could have done much better. I think Barnsley will struggle, unfortunately. Into 10th, we have Peterborough. I was very hot on Peterborough at the start of the old summer, but they lost Poku. They've lost a few others. Jay Jones has gone, but they do it all again. They do this. They recycle their talent. They get a bit of money, and they just seem to recharge the blocks, reset the clocks. I've got them into 10th place. They are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15th favourites, 33 to 1 long shots. The bookies have rather in better shape. Into 9th, we have Wycombe Wanderers. Wycombe they are 9th favourites according to the bookie, so they're seeing what I'm seeing again. Just like certain clubs, certain managers, I don't think Dodds coming here. He kind of blew it with Wycombe last time around, from automatics to playoffs, and then just was awful. And again, I do think Wycombe are going to give him till October to show, what he's all about. He come in here with a high reputation, did Dodds from Sunderland. I just don't think he's the right guy. So I think Wycombe will be looking for a new coach before the end of 2025. And unfortunately, by that point, their season could already be over. Into 8th place we go is Bolton. Bolton Wanderers are 6th favourites, going to the bookies 10 to 1. For me, I've got them, down here. Schumacher is a coach that will do well in League One. I don't see him in the same way other League One or League One fans or pundits see him. I just don't see it. I see a guy who is very, very lucky in being in the footprints or the shadow of Ryan Lowe. I thought Ryan Lowe was the man who realistically got Plymouth promoted. I know he left, and then he of course kind of left him a cracking team in Plymouth Argyle, got him promoted, and then started the season off in the Championship. Saw his stock was high. Stoke came knocking. He jumped ship. They were shit, and then now he's taken over Bolton. Of course, fluffed his first audition with Bolton already. So I'm not a big fan of Schumacher in regards to that. I think he's very lucky to have a job at such as Bolton. They'll be okay, but they're going to not make the playoffs, and unfortunately that's what Bolton need. They've been screaming out for somebody to get them in the playoffs, and even more than that, but I just think he's too shit. Into 7th place we have Huddersfield Town. Huddersfield are second favourites, 13 to 2. Yes, they've been building a team. Grant is the coach there, inexperienced coach. And when you look at that, I'm not a big fan of Grant for Huddersfield or Schumacher for Bolton, Dodds for Wycombe, Hoonahane for Barnsley, and Hunt for Reading. I just don't see them. Yes, they're all rookie. They're all rookie coaches. They're all rookie coaches, and that, you know what that means. You're going to get rookie results. Huddersfield sound better than they were last season, I do believe. But Lee Grant is a massive gamble, especially when you're putting a lot of faith into the guy, give him a lot of new players, and I think there's quite a lot of new players. So I just think it's not going to work out for them. Just missing out on the playoffs when expectation is, according to the bookies, have them as high as second. Into 6th place we go now, and it is Wigan Athletic. That's right. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Ryan Lowe, fantastic coach, knows what he's doing. Yes, I'm giving him the Plymouth promotion on his resume. He did an okay job at Preston with limited resources. He's taken his time. He's got a job in the Northwest. Wigan has spent a bit of money as well, and I do believe he's the man to put Wigan back on track. He might not get promoted this time around, but getting them into playoffs is definitely progress. Bookies have him around about 12th favourites, 25 to 1, but for me, these guys are ones to be worried about. Into 5th place, we have Cardiff City. Again, inexperienced coach, but they've got a roster of players that should do very, very well. And again, people making, if you have such a humongous, amazing squad, that's one thing. You still need the tactical genius that is a coach pulling the strings. And I think Cardiff have the squad. I don't think they've got the man right now. I think I think the squad will make him look good. Is it Barry Murphy? Whatever his name is. I think they'll make him look good. Get him in the playoffs. And who knows, that might be enough. Still might be enough for promotion. But they're going to be well off the pace of the top two. Well off the pace. So I think they're going to have to settle early for the playoffs, because I don't think Cardiff have got the right man in charge to get them automatics. In the fourth place, we have Stockport County. And these guys should be competing for top two. And they could. David Chandler did a great job with them last time. Heartbreak Hotel for them as well in the playoffs. Yeah, not much has changed. To be honest with you, they've kept the key men for Stockport. Maybe a couple of key players have gone, but ultimately it's the same guy, and they are got a score to settle. They want to be there on you're trying to keep up with Wrexham. They've made a bit of a rivalry with them guys, and of course they've slipped through their fingers. But it was very close between the two teams at the end of it. And I do think Chandler will be there or thereabouts once again. I do think they're going to be much closer to the top two than the likes of Cardiff and Wigan at the end of the campaign. But keep an eye on Stockport County. Into third place, we have Plymouth Argyle. Now, of course, Muriel Musilic was the man. I was all about him. I thought, yes, he's going to get them back, top two, automatics. And then, of course, he mugged them right off and left for Schalke. And with him leaving, I honestly think their automatic spots are gone now. I do think matey boy, what's his name? The new coach there, the ex-Watford, Tom Cleverley now in charge. He's a vanilla kind of manager. I see him in a better regard than I do the likes of a Schumacher, of a Dodds, or a Lee Grant, and a Conor Hoonahane. This guy has earned his keep at Watford, did a great job for them in a madhouse that is Watford. I think he'll do all right here with Plymouth. Less expectation, less pressure, and they'll be there or thereabouts, but they're just slipping out of the top two in my eyes. Into the top two, though, we go. Who's left? I think you know who one of them is, but who's the other one? Well, it is Stevie Bruce's Tangerine Army. That's right. Blackpool are coming back to the Championship. I believe in it. That's right. Blackpool are actually 7th favourites right now, 12-1. I have them in 2nd place. He knows what he's doing. Whether he has to win it ugly or win it beautifully, Steve Bruce knows what he's talking about. He's maybe at his level now. I think he's a top-end League One manager, bottom-end Championship manager. He'll get them promoted, and I think, he's in the right place. He's in the right comfortable position. Steve Bruce, he's brought in Ennis, of course. He did wonders for him last season on loan. He's there on a permanent now. They've also brought some other key players as well. So it's exciting times to be a Blackpool fan. I think they're going to be doing it. And again, just a little bit hard done by last season. They couldn't make the playoffs. But they'll be there or thereabouts. And of course, they'll be joined in that top two by Luton Town. Now, of course, Luton Town under Bloomfield. I'm not that big a fan of Bloomfield. I think he's an okay manager. Again, he kind of was on the curtails of Gareth Ainsworth at Wickham. I think Gareth Ainsworth did all the work there, all the graft, to be honest with you, and matey boy just kind of made himself look good. He had a good team, good energy in the camp, and but don't get me wrong, I think he's good enough coaching wise, got a good set of players. They should be okay. They should be top two. But honestly, I do think I see a bit of a divide myself. I think the top four here it's going to be tight. It's not a cakewalk by any means. I do think Cardiff and Wigan, Cardiff, Wigan, Bolton and Huddersfield, they've got their own little fight going on for those last two spots. I do think it's going to be a top four race, and it could be any one of these four, to be fair, which way the wind is blowing. But that is it. That's my final 2025-2026 League One predictions. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts down below as we look forward to the kickoff this coming weekend. Until then, I'll see you soon. I've got my match day number 1 predictions on the channel as well. Make sure you check that out. But until then, we're done.